Recently, there have been some concerns lobbied about what AEW's recent hiring spree could mean for their existing roster and how sustainable AEW's current creative model is. In particular, there are fears, some made in good faith and others made in the traditional social media concern trolling tradition, that with AEW signing on names like Malachi Black, Andrade, CM Punk, and potentially Bryan Danielson, that the promotion's homegrown talent will take a backseat to these bigger industry names. Now, first of all, yes, TV time is limited, so the larger your roster, the less space there is for everyone to appear on TV every week. Second of all, yes, bigger names will get bigger billing on posters and marketing materials. It's just good business to try to attract the maximum number of eyeballs. However, once those eyeballs are in the building or fixated on the screen, it's up to the company to decide who is featured and in what capacity. This has been the company's strategy since the beginning and has been cited numerous times by people like Chris Jericho, who has regularly espoused AEW's get them in the door with the big names, then show them someone new philosophy. Now, let's get the major bad faith argument that's floating around the Twitter sphere out of the way first. AEW is pushing old WWE guys instead of their own homegrown talent, or the homegrown talent will suffer, maybe, if Punk and Bryan come into AEW. Well, let's see. So, Kenny is world champion. The Young Bucks are tag champions. Britt Baker is the women's champion. MJF and Sammy Guevara recently main evented a Dynamite. Darby Allin and Ethan Page recently main evented a Dynamite. Jungle Boy and Kenny were also in the main event of a Summer Dynamite. Hangman Page and the Dark Order have been a regular focus of AEW for the first 2 years of their existence, and on and on. So, no, there is zero track record which suggests that AEW will just sweep their young talent under the rug just because some better known performers come into the company. Is there a balancing act involved? Absolutely, but it all comes down to AEW's philosophy and their priorities. So far, Tony Khan has shown himself to be a booker who believes in showcasing all sides of his roster. Yes, AEW has a massive roster right now, and part of me does worry how much money Tony actually has in his pockets with some of these signings, but I know that's not really for me to worry about because it's something that only leads to fantasy speculation, as we as fans don't have access to AEW's financials. What we can speculate about is TV time and AEW's ever-expanding roster. So far, we've seen proof that having a large roster doesn't necessarily mean that wrestlers will get left in the dust. On the contrary, AEW has rotated wrestlers in and out, allowing mid-card players like Ethan Page to get some shine in a coffin match, for example, before allowing him to disappear for 3 weeks so that other talent can come in and fill a segment for that week. Thinking about the most recent Dynamite I watched, there were no matches involving Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Chris Statlander, Lance Archer, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Orange Cassidy, Death Triangle, and on and on. But I barely noticed because I was too busy getting hyped for Malachi Black and Cody Rhodes. I think, especially with Rampage set to debut and free up another hour of TV time, this is a sustainable creative strategy. You don't need everyone wrestling every single week. By rotating talent in and out, you're keeping things fresh, you're reducing the number of possible rematches on TV, and you're able to rest your talent. These are all good things. So let's see. Number one, there is no evidence that AEW pushes down their non-former WWE talent. Number two, the ability to have a talent roster that you can rotate on a regular basis has a ton of benefits and is a sustainable strategy. And number three, having bigger names on posters and other marketing materials will only help AEW to grow by getting people in the door, then showing them the wide array of new and old stars they have. Now, of course, we haven't seen what AEW is going to look like once a monster name like CM Punk steps through the door, or when Bryan Danielson starts getting regular TV time. Please let that happen. However, with the increase in TV hours and AEW's established booking philosophy and track record of giving equal screen time and main event shine to young and established stars, I don't think we have a lot to worry about. Well, I mean, except maybe the women's division, but I guess that's a story for another time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, turn on notifications, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below. Is what AEW is booking right now sustainable over the long term? Are you worried, and is the fear justified that AEW's younger homegrown stars will somehow get crushed under the weight of these incoming big names? I don't think so. That's my opinion. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.